Hello and welcome to the Party Dungeon. This is Dungeon Party. As always, I'm your DM, Blake Peebles, and your cast will be joining us shortly. First, the heater's going to turn on. As you can tell, I'm in a different place than I usually am. There's a reason for it. Doesn't matter. So I'm going to try to get through this quick. The announcement we have so far is thank you so much to our patrons. You should become one. It's pretty cool. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Tell your friends. It would be awesome to see. Oh, it's coming. A recap. They went through the mountains, and that was cool. Finn got a staff that made him really tall. Karasu got a sword. They decided to go to Rexilian, which is a place on the coast of Nildor, east coast of Nildor, where they met Henrietta. And Henrietta's going to put them up for a little while they decide what to do next. So enjoy! You make your way to the Privateer's Plunder. Same sign, same everything, same layout pretty much. And as you enter, you see standing behind the counter is a shy-looking, sort of quiet human boy with long, sandy blonde hair, little shaggy. Up on the wall behind him, there are two swords crossed, one of them very light, one of them very dark. It says, "Hi, welcome to the Privateer's Plunder. I'm Connor."
Hello, Connor.
Hey!
Do you know Blackscale?
Yeah, he was my captain for a while. He's my boss, so...
We just saw him.
Were you a pirate once?
Yeah.
That's so cool!
Thanks.
We need some equipment.
Okay, I have a lot of stuff.
Do you
What
have
sort of equipment are you looking
Do you
for?
have a set of
Clothing.
Okay.
Yes, so we need clothing. Do you have cloaks and travelers' clothes and?
Sure, yeah.
I'm
I
also
also have some like magic items and potions and weapons and stuff.
definitely interested in the oddities,
First
but
things
let's
first.
get the clothes
Yes.
first.
The
Clothes.
travelers' clothes.
While this goes on, I'm gonna use the
says,
bathroom.
this is. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
A set of-
He's looking for a very ornamental cape.
I'm also looking for something maybe a little nicer. That, says, "Oh, I am a civil person and not a complete barbarian."
Okay. And he rummages around. He looks at you and he's like, I don't know.
Oh.
He pulls out he pulls out like a set like of Buccaneers clothes basically. It's like these belonged to an elven friend of ours way back in the day. He's dead now, but he didn't die in the clothes. They're nice. They're kind of elegant, really, but they are very piratey.
What color are they?
Browns and greens.
Browns and greens.
You can dye them.
I could.
Will you let Winfield them?
I could. What are our other options? Maybe we could like swap out some.
Those are too big for me.
Oh.
What do you have for me?
You want a cloak or clothes?
Sure, I'll go somewhere else for nicer clothes. I just want a traveler's cloak. Something that keep me warm.
Yes. Okay. He pulls out. It's blue, very satin. It has a hood and it has a symbol on the back that you don't super recognize. This belonged to sort of a. She was a princess when we met her. Then she joined our crew. She's not a princess anymore, and she doesn't really need this. It's the symbol of her kingdom, but it sank. So
Oh.
Our kingdom sank.
yeah.
I'll take it.
Whoa, I want to go there.
How much?
That'll be 10 gold.
10 gold. Here you are.
Thank you. Oh my god. Oh wow.
What's happening?
Cratchy baby.
Cratchit.
Bob Cratchit.
To catch you up to speed, you're back in Nildor. You're on a coastal town. Henrietta's there.
And you just took my seat.
Oh.
And you just go to the middle.
Yeah, just keep my.
Well, just
And you're in Privateer's Plunder, which is the thing that Blackscale owns, but also it's a different branch of it. You talk to a guy named Connor.
Okay.
You have a sword. It is a long sword, black steel handle, silver hilt with sort of a prismatic crystal in the end. When you're not holding it, it releases a lot of light.
Okay.
You can choose to attune to it if you want to.
I'll let you do
You can
that.
choose to if you have already attuned to it if you want to.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. That sounds fun. Give me.
Somebody pass.
Sure. Do you have a chalice of restoration? I was told
What
that.
sort of restoration? What sort of restoration?
Maybe after.
Yes.
Like major or minor?
Wait.
Oh, I'm sorry. A chalice of. You know your stuff. A chalice of major restoration. I was told that one of the stores would have one, but I don't think we're at the right store.
It's not this one. I'm sorry.
How much for?
We can put out an order for it though.
No, I don't know when we'll be back. How long will it take?
Several weeks.
How much will it cost?
Chalice of Major Restoration, that's gonna run you 50,000 gold.
We'll put it in an order later.
Okay.
Thank you.
And take out the time crystal. How much you could give me for this?
What is it?
Maybe somewhere else.
Yeah, I'd recommend somewhere else.
How much if
But
I
this
just
is legal.
took the piratey coat? I'm gonna see if there's some better. Sorry, no offense, but other
Sure.
stuff.
Yeah.
How much for just the coat?
Coat. 1 gold.
Cool.
He betrayed us in the end anyway, so don't really have that many good feelings towards him.
Okay.
Do it.
That doesn't mean anything.
So, tell us about the magical items you have that
Yeah,
you think we're
okay.
interested in buying.
So the first is these crossbow bolts. They're walloping crossbow bolts. So if somebody gets hit by them, it has the potential to knock them down as well as do damage. Consumables, I have these marbles, and he holds up 3 red marbles. You throw them or launch them out of a slingshot, that's a fireball. Be very careful with these. As soon as they break, the fireball goes off.
How many?
I have 3.
How much are they? Shh. Copyright strike.
Fair use.
The walloping crossbow bolts are 20 gold for 20 crossbow bolts. The fireball crystals are 100 gold pieces per marble. I have 3 of them. I have 3 minor healing potions for 25 gold each, 2 greater healer potions for 75 gold each. I have this dagger. It's a vicious dagger. When you do critical damage with it, you do a significant amount more. It also gives you an attack bonus, a +1. That's 340 gold. I have this rapier.
That's a steal.
Rapier of Calling. What?
Now I'm just hearing all these things I want to buy.
The Rapier of Calling, it allows you
I
once
know.
per long short rest to cast the spell Conjure Barrage. Basically, you make a bunch more of this rapier appear, and then they launch at your enemy. That one is 500 gold pieces. This ring of mental fortitude, you don't take as much psychic damage. This, and he pulls a tower shield out and puts it on the table. This is a stalwart shield. You can dig it into the ground. You won't be able to move until the end of your next turn, but you also won't take damage until the end of your next turn. And this, that's 500. And this, and he pulls out a set of red leathered, red leather armor. Yeah, and this is doubled armor. Now this is interesting. It has 1 charge. You can expend that charge, and an after image of you appears, taking all of the actions you do until the start of your next turn. And there's a 40%, there's a 40 or 50% chance of recharge on that every dawn.
Now,
That one is 2,225 gold.
are those actions, they actually happen?
Yes.
And
So
it's
theoretically,
not
if,
just an
let's say
illusion?
you take 2 attacks, your after effect will also take 2 attacks. But if you miss the attacks, they also miss the attacks.
Now, here's a very mechanics-heavy question for you.
Yes.
Let's suppose that your target is hexed. Now, if hex means I am doing bonus damage when I strike, does my altar also do bonus damage when he's...
What are the rules on Is it the first time or every
Hex is whenever I hit.
Then it'll apply.
Could you if you cast a spell, would the after image also?
Yes.
I got to be a leather guy.
Maybe, but I don't have enough money for it, so
I
probably
don't
not.
give you money. I don't.
It does
buy
exactly
anything.
the same thing that you do. So, let's say you cast a fireball while wearing this leather. It'll cast
The thing is,
fireball in the same place, do the same damage, hit the same amount of people.
while I could wear leather armor, I'm pretty determined to not wear any armor. It just sort of gets in the way of the clothing, you know?
So dope.
I'm not gonna lie, I want all this stuff.
You can definitely buy a lot of it.
A chunk of it.
So cool though.
No, I think it's
the
better. I think it's
fireballs.
probably better off on some of the other party members anyway.
I just want the healing potion so I can give my
Yeah.
money to anyone else. I don't care.
Well, were you gonna buy them? All of them? That's 3 of them for 25, and then another 2 for 75. So 225 buys all 5.
Yeah, I was gonna do that.
All right.
Yeah.
Here you are.
You want the dagger, the rapier, and the armor?
No, I don't really want the rapier. I mean, it's not bad.
I want the bolts. Do you want the crossbow bolts?
No, I don't use a crossbow.
I'll take all 20 of the crossbow bolts for
20 gold for that.
To be honest, I'm almost more interested in the fireballs than the armor.
They were. How much were they?
50?
20 total for all of that.
No.
Oh, fireball, 100 gold each.
100 gold each? I mean, I wouldn't be able to get the armor.
How about I'll buy
But I
the
mean-
fireballs and you can get the armor.
I don't even know if I can get the armor anyway. How much was the armor?
22 something.
2,250.
How much is platinum?
Platinum is 10 each.
If you need more money, we can certainly give you.
Oh,
more money.
Yeah.
You have 2,000 extra.
told
gold.
me.
Cool.
Also,
I can't fucking look at you right now.
You're doing a Nate cosplay.
You are kind of. You have the mustache though.
This isn't even hair stuff. It's clown white makeup that he just rubbed in my hair.
Oh no!
That's cruel and unusual.
Oh, by the way,
Get the old man Logan look.
Finn, Elril, and Thuvius get the 3 minor, and
Oh, thank
we'll
you.
have
Oh,
the
also
greater.
Finn is 6 feet tall now. He's
6'5".
5.
and because the staff did
I
it
have
to
a
him.
new staff as well.
The sword that you found was at the same place you found the staff.
Okay.
I already,
Yours didn't make you do anything.
I already have 2 minor
Yeah.
healing potions.
Oh, so then,
I don't have any.
so you get 2, you get 1, and we'll have the 2 greater.
So listen, here's the thing. If we want to just buy everything at the store, I'm okay with that.
Isn't there another store?
Sure, but I mean these are good things.
Right, but
There's another store in town that does like magic books, and scrolls and stuff.
maybe we take a look. Oh,
Scrolls
Henrietta?
useful.
any idea where we could get something identified? We're on the coast. I want
You
to know.
could probably go to Hex and Company and they'd identify stuff.
We're on the coast. I want to know what this boat does.
Oh, right. Good idea.
Yeah, I say we save money for that. The armor, I mean, look, the armor's great, but it will cost me everything, and probably some of you.
Yeah, but think about that double sneak attack turn. You could give yourself advantage because you could flank. Oh wait.
You can't flank.
Oh, 2 of you could
You're
flank.
yeah,
a
after
target.
image in the same space. So like you
Oh, okay.
slash and then like a shadow you.
What
slash.
about if you use a magical item? If he gets a rapier, conjures a barrage, but he also uses that other item, could it also conjure a barrage?
Let's see the amount of action.
If I threw 1 marble, would a second marble materialize and throw?
It wouldn't work for items. No, you
No.
can't make a new item. It would just mimic throwing, unless you had 2 in your hand.
Well,
You could
if
throw.
we ever need to double
Double-
fireball someone, if we're ever really fucked,
Hey.
I'll double fireball them.
Yes.
Didn't start late.
So did you buy the marbles for 300 gold?
I'm gonna. Thuvius is gonna hold on buying anything until
Okay.
he's seen everything.
Marbles for 300. The dagger was 345.
40, just 40.
340. The rapier was 500.
500. It's also a +1 by the way.
Is the
My
dagger
pack
also
weapons
plus
are
one?
plus
Dagger's a
one.
+1.
I'm a little more interested in the dagger than the rapier. I mean,
They're both decent.
No, they're
Get
both-
the dagger right now. You need a magical weapon, don't
Treat
you?
yourself!
we're gonna hold on
I
until
will
I see.
purchase that dagger for you.
We're gonna hold on until I've seen everything, and then we can come back. It's a
money
shopping episode.
No.
It's always a shopping episode. You came back
D&D is a
literally just
shopping-
in time for
D&D is a
shopping.
shopping
Amazing.
game.
D&D's a shopping game. I want to get the boat identified. I also want someone else to take the boat.
You seem like the most seafaring individual.
I have a
out of
lot.
all of us.
Seafaring. Excuse me.
You do look like a pirate captain now. He brings out just a set of pretty regular standard clothes that are about your height. This'll do. Like 10 copper for all of it.
Yeah, cool.
Alright.
Okay, should we go to the magic store then?
I think we'll be back. Yeah.
You head to Hex and Company. You run into the story. A rather frantic half-elven woman with red hair and a monocle. She sort of has a skirt to one side with trousers sort of under it and a vest on. She's like looking about and she sees Henry and she's like, "Did you bring real money this time?" And he's like, "I brought friends though, so."
And you have real money.
Yeah, sure.
What's real money?
I just didn't have any.
Oh.
Sort of like window shoppers.
If you're here to window shop, then please leave. I don't have
I
time.
have 2,000 gold burning a hole in my pocket.
Welcome.
I'm interested in having an object identified. Can I,
I
get
can do that for you.
All right then. What's the
300 gold to identify.
How much for an identified
You want-
scroll?
I don't have one of those.
I would like to know what this is, and
I mostly use spell books as my prime trade, arcane knowledge, but I have 5 scrolls currently. If you're interested,
Yes.
would you like me to identify the thing first?
Yes, and I slide her 300 gold.
Read it.
She explains, "It is a ship in a bottle." No, I'm not going to do your voice. It's a ship in a bottle, as we all assumed. This crystal bottle, tinted slightly blue, contains a small magical storm. In this storm is a galleon riding small waves. When the boat is placed against any body of water and the command word windfall is uttered, the boat will spring out of the bottle into the water when the bottle is pressed against the ship and the command choke-a-block is
Yeah,
uttered.
it's a sailing term.
I see. Choke-a-block is uttered. The ship and all its contents are stored in the bottle.
You know, contents? That's a bag of holding right there.
Bag of holding. You just gotta make a ship appear first.
Now that we're on the coast, this is pretty useful. Also, and
I've never been on a boat in my life.
if we don't need to sail the sea, I feel like there's probably people who would pay really good money for this. I mean, boats are expensive.
Yeah.
Magic boats, I'm assuming, are more.
Does it store the crew in the bottle?
Ooh,
Do you think there's a crew
Oh,
on that boat right now?
Can I see what I know about interdimensional or storage spaces?
Sure.
On Arcana. Ooh, I don't Arcana. I don't know.
This also doesn't look like a bag of holding. Like, clearly there's an environment happening inside this ship.
Interesting.
Like, there's a small, it's not a big scary storm, but like the ship is in like rainy water and it's moving. The sails seem to be blowing with wind. There don't look to be anybody on the ship, but
Okay.
Interesting. Well, scrolls.
So it was 3.
yes.
That was 3.
Yes, 300, yes. I have a scroll of Dimension Door for 2,000 gold, a scroll of Hold Person for 300, a scroll of Investiture of Flame for 5,000, a scroll of Expeditious Retreat for 250, and a scroll of Dispel Magic for 400.
Such a weird thing to have a scroll of.
What, Expeditious Retreat?
I'll take.
Do you think I looked up a random scroll generator?
It's just such a weird.
I will take. Let's see. Expeditious to 250. Hold person was
400. Oh,
3.
sorry.
And then you said you had the
Dimen-
last
Dispel Magic is 400.
spell for 4. I don't care about the others.
Don't want to be an Investiture of Flame?
I don't want to spend 5,000 gold.
Only fair.
How about I buy all 3 of those scrolls for 900?
Persuasion.
$11. And plus 7, 11.
Sorry, a price is a price.
Alright, fine. 950 for all of them. That's the.
Yes.
There you go.
should have asked me to give you a pep talk.
I don't think I want to.
I also have spell books for sale.
I don't really read spell books that well.
Henrietta's gonna be like, I won't ask that of you, that's too much. So.
How much are the
No,
spell books?
Yeah.
They start at 10,000 gold.
And really, you can't replace your own, recreate your own for cheaper?
Oh, yes.
Okay, well, that's. Okay, never mind.
But if you want these new spells, good collections of spells, that's a fair price.
I mean,
I don't
unless it's a
have.
scroll, I can't use it.
I don't have that money. So,
Well, pleasure doing business.
Do you have
But
any magic robes or cloaks?
Magic. I don't have any enchanted ones, but I
Okay.
suppose I have some lying around. Just
Left
normal.
sway.
You have such a weird.
What?
Your terminology is so weird.
Dres
Did
live
you
different.
get that from the whole?
Dres live different.
Yes. From the whole.
Before, as you go back to the other store, Arkin's gonna say, oh,
I want to hang back if I can.
okay, you can hang back.
Behind the
Arkin
door.
is gonna say to the rest of you, I think I'm gonna get going. It's been good to meet all of you, but I should go meet my buyer. I want to beat the first snowfall. I want to get to the Henwaith before the snow starts falling, so don't want to get trapped here. But pleasure knowing you all. I hope to meet with you again someday.
Sounds good.
Great
Nice
to meet you.
Thanks
And
for
then he
your help.
scritches Herky and leaves.
Oh.
You know, for one of the most. Oh no, wait, I'm trying to hide.
You're not there.
I'm trying to.
So the rest of you go back to the store. You stay behind.
I walk up and I pull out my spell book and I put it on the table like with my hands down on it. I was wondering if you could help me with a particular magic item.
Is it that one?
Yes. This isn't a spell book. It's a tome of spell storing.
Oh.
I was
What's in
wondering-
it?
That's what I was hoping you might help me with.
You see, if I were to cast Identify on that, I would just get that it is a tome of spell storing.
Damn.
The only way to find out is to ask who stored the spell in there, or to cast it.
Probably going to be the second. Well, thank you, I suppose, for the consultation. And I
Yes.
slide her like a gold.
Thank you. Catch up with him quickly enough.
Read.
Head back to Privateer's Plunder. Connor's still there, still embarrassed. Hi, welcome back.
So let's get that dagger. 340.
340 for the dagger. You pay him? Pay the
Yes, I pay the man.
You want us to split it all? Or?
Yeah. Hey, we split
You give it to the rogue.
the Henrietta thing. We'll
What?
split this one too.
170.
I don't,
170.
guys, I'm gonna feel bad if I have all the items.
No.
You're gone.
You
didn't.
don't
You
have
weren't here
all
to
the
stop
items.
You weren't
this.
here to stop them. You enter in as the
170.
money has already been exchanged.
Here we go. For the good of the guild.
Thank you.
Now then.
Oh, you have a team name now.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
On 3? 1, 2, 3.
Fate Breakers.
I don't do the on 3 thing.
It's not as good as the Searchers, but
Thank you.
Searchins.
The other thing to consider, well, so the armor.
The armor's good. I don't need to be wearing it. I mean,
It's very good.
the double sneak attack's great if it ever happens.
We can easily
Why would it not?
get a sneak attack
suppose.
on someone.
Do I like choose when the charge is expended?
Yeah, you as a free action, you expend the charge.
Do I do it after I proc sneak attack, or do I do it at the beginning of the turn and then miss a bunch?
I'd
and
say you
then-
have to do it at the beginning of the turn.
Damn.
But
If
to
you,
balance
if,
it
you
all a
have,
little
if you
bit.
have advantage on an attack, like, you're probably going to hit. Also, with these new crossbow bolts, I can knock people prone.
Oh shit. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
The armor's great, and if one of you were to be so generous as to give me a little to get it, by all means.
How much?
No, I'd want to pay for most of it if I'm wearing it.
Sure.
Yeah. How much
Also,
you need?
because this and oh wait, is this what are its?
It's leather armor stats, so it's probably worse than what you're wearing.
It's worse than what I'm wearing. Yeah. The other thing is though that,
Okay.
that I know you guys aren't. Well, no, you're a spellcaster. You know about Fireball.
I'm a spellcaster.
You've never cast Fireball.
I also cast
No, but
spells.
I could cast
You do
Fireball.
all cast spell. Fireball's
Hi,
really
nice
good.
to meet you. I'm Finn.
I know.
cast spells.
Right, I
This
know.
is my acquaintance Elril. He also has a spell casting ability.
Actually, if I cast Fireball, I do bonus damage on it.
Okay, we don't need the fireballs.
Okay.
I was
mean,
gonna say it'd be
This is
You were talking about the armor, the rapier. There's the shield and the ring also.
Oh, what was the ring? I'm sorry.
It's a ring of mental fortitude. You get resistance to psychic damage.
What
Hmm.
does psychic damage?
Something.
Beholders.
fuck. Don't.
Do vampires do psychic?
I'm
Do I
still.
need to know?
I'm still.
He tried to. The
Still
vampire tried to get in my
recovering.
head once.
Still recovering from the whole.
I don't need to do roll anything, but I wasn't introduced by Chelsea, so
No,
I'm
I know. Hold on. This is Nate. He is kind of the father figure of the group, and he
Kind
is
of.
also able to cast spells.
I am 39.
Would you have?
I'm gonna guess Nate can't cast Fireball.
You would guess correct.
With those beats, he could cast Fireball.
Right.
All you need is a slingshot. He could
Oh yeah, I thought you said beats
Me
too.
too.
No.
Doofy's like, listen, with the beads, anyone could cast Fireball.
Yeah, so perhaps it'd be most beneficial with the person who is the worst casting.
We're all casters.
Look at girls.
If you have
The
no
only
other options, you
non-caster.
could lob a fireball into the fray.
I mean, that's what I was planning to do with it.
Yeah,
If I had
of
one.
course. I mean, Fireball is a fireball.
Okay, off topic. How much money do you need for the leather armor if you're getting it?
Let's see. I've got about 1,600 left. I mean,
And the leather armor was
2,225.
and I 2,225.
I don't want to ask you all of that. That's a lot of money.
You need 625, and
That's not much.
That's
money.
not
We have
much,
so
yeah.
much. We have to start thinking like a guild.
I can actually pay 1,625. That's not a problem. I can cover
so 600, 300, 300. You and me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll take the armor.
The armor is yours.
I don't want to drop an AC.
You're about to.
I'm gonna drop one AC for a shitload of damage.
You're increasing your DPS a lot by lowering your AC.
So is it every action I do in that turn gets duplicated, or just the one action?
Every.
So bonus actions are also duplicated.
Question.
So like if you run, it runs.
So at this point, we could purchase
do
a
other things with
carriage and a
bonus
horse.
A carriage and a horse?
We have the money.
Well,
Do we want to?
we don't know where we're going.
Well, that's the thing to consider, I suppose.
We could
We
travel-
are going to wherever the vampires are, I'm assuming.
Well, we could travel down the coast. We have a boat.
Yeah.
That is true. We do have a boat.
Do you want to talk this over in a hot spring? Because the hot spring time is pretty soon.
Sure, if you're so insistent on it.
Well, we don't have to. I was
You
just,
were the one saying you needed a bath.
You did
You're
say
right,
that.
I am filthy.
But I was just offering
Good
because of
idea.
your kindness.
No, it was a good idea, let's go.
Let's go.
Okay.
I've never taken a bath.
I
Except that time you chucked me in a river.
Yeah.
I don't think that counts. I don't know a lot about civilized life, but I don't think that's a bath.
Well, if you had stayed in there and did a little scrubbing, then it would have counted.
Scrubbing?
Yeah, just like
I do that anyway.
my mom said, always peeps, poops, and pits.
Pee. Ew.
I know where it is. I just don't want to like.
Also, you're probably close to off camera right now, Peter.
No, he's there.
Okay. All right. She leads you through. As you pass one of the buildings, she goes, "My job supply department is right up in there. If you guys need a place to sleep tonight,
Aw, cool.
Well, thank you.
it's not very big, but there's no furniture, so we'd all fit." I mean, I've only been here for like less than a week, so.
Okay. Get these girls a furniture.
But the hot springs are up over. I named this section "Hot Springs Hot Pals."
Hey, all I'm saying.
The hot springs.
Didn't get any muscles.
No, you're built the same as you always are.
You just
Keep
bigger.
boy.
You look like Mike TV from the end of the new Willy Wonka. I guess it's not new anymore, but
Yeah, so you make your way towards the west side of town. So you sort of circle through. It's a pleasant demeanor in this town, though it is quite cold, and the rain is still sort of drizzling on you. You eventually sort of wind your way up some stairs, and you start to feel steam on you, and you see signs for the hot springs. She goes up to the clerk and slides them a little bag, exchanges some things, and gets like a key. She's like, "All right, so the hot spring is. We got to go to the changing rooms first, and the hot spring is sort of out back. I got the one with a view of the hen waif behind us, so hopefully you like that." I'll give one of you guys the key first because you're going to be able to go into the changing room before me.
Okay.
So
Do
you go.
they supply swim trunks?
Yeah, are we all
There's-
just doing this naked? Or
No, I don't want that. There's like towels
Oh.
you're supposed to.
I wear a towel.
Come on, Finn.
So then you go over. There's the men and women's dressing room, and she hands you the key and then waits outside. The men's.
Isn't he
Change.
like the classic old man in the changing room?
No, he's not the classic old man because he's not old, but he was in barracks, and you know what? There's not a lot of privacy, and you know what? He is comfortable with his body.
We've
I
all
cast
seen.
darkness on myself. I'm in the dark.
There are little lockers for your supplies.
Oh, good.
As you put the things in the locker, the letter sort of falls out onto the ground.
My boss is texting me.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
The RP moment.
Yeah.
Tell your boss we're playing.
Are you guys done? You gotta go in there.
1 second. Elril,
Yes.
that seems like a waste of a spell.
It's a drow thing.
Oh, never mind then. I don't care.
The letter has fallen out onto the ground in front of you.
I'm just gonna put this back in the locker. And
Did anyone notice? Oh wait, no, we saw. Anyway, never mind.
You can make a perception check to notice the letter come out if you want.
But we already.
You already know
saw
he has it and he
then
isn't reading it.
it's not-
yeah.
Alright, so you finish changing. Henrietta asks, like, just tell me when you're done so I can come in.
Yeah, we're done.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna keep my staff with me. What?
Okay, you go in and you find yourself in a beautiful hot springs.
You don't want to ruin that in the water.
It's not gonna go in the water with me. I just don't want
It's-
someone shady to
Come
take
on
it.
in, the
Okay.
water's great.
It's wonderful.
Oh,
I get it. I get it.
Cannonball.
in heaven.
Cannonball.
For meme
My
purposes,
hair.
I get in 5 feet away from Ellen.
Henrietta comes in, she has a towel around her. And
This
she's
is what dudes do in hot tubs, right?
To
Oh my goodness. Finn,
What?
stop taking up all the space.
There's plenty of room, right, DM?
there is, but you are bearing all.
Alright, I'm going over to that side.
Y'all get in. She comes in. She just puts her feet in to start with.
I start doing laps.
You're not. This isn't what that is. This isn't what this is.
You
So
can't.
Henrietta, we're going back to the vampires.
Okay. I wish I could help, but I mean, I have to go north first to reclaim my spell book,
Right, you have your whole family thing.
and I want to search for them. Yeah. I haven't found answers many other places, so I figured turn to the
To the north.
cryptals.
Where are you going again?
I'm going to Irdael. It's the home of the cryptals. So, for lore,
Okay.
cryptals are a league of demi-humans, I would say. Well, not humans, but they are people like elves, humans, gnomes, whatever, who have undergone a sort of trial that has changed them into something not quite what they were before. They are an order that is tasked mostly with reclaiming old, lost Ilwithian ruins, but they are oftentimes just hired out as mercenaries. They're not terribly well trusted because at one point the whole guild was sort of mind-washed into slaughtering countless civilizations, but the individual in charge of that was destroyed by the order, and they're sort of nothing bad like that has happened since, but people are still fairly untrustworthy of them.
What are they called again?
Cryptals. Their sort of training facility and where their like high council people say live is Irdael, a castle just north of here, basically. But for the most part, cryptals, unless they're training new recruits or part of the council, live out in the world. Though they all try to find their way back to Irdael before they die. Yeah, I figured
What?
I'd ask that. My old master is a trainer of cryptals, and I
Okay.
figured I'd ask them.
Are you one of the cryptals?
I'm not a cryptal.
What country?
You can tell a cryptal by their eye. One of their eyes is always gnarly and fucked up.
Oh.
Nobody knows why, but one of their eyes is always messed up.
Are you a cryptal?
I don't believe so. I think this feels different.
They're in Nildor. Like, Irdael is in Nildor, but it's sort of separated. Like, it's technically part of Nildor, but they don't
If you
really answer to
became a
Nildor.
cryptal,
Nildor.
both your eyes would be fine.
Whoa!
Do,
What?
do.
Sorry, what country are you going to?
What?
You said you're going north. Are you,
To Irdael, to the
Irdael.
cryptals.
is that the name of the?
It's their castle.
Oh, what like part of the world is that in? Like what country?
Nildor.
Oh, it is in Nildor. So. Okay.
It's getting kind of late, you know. It's like 7:30.
717, actually.
I'm nocturnal. Wow. Okay, this is early in the morning.
Okay, after I'm done with my
Yeah,
laps,
no,
I'm
I'm
out of
sorry.
the water because that's all the water's good for.
Where are you going?
I'm
Nate,
just gonna.
Nate,
Yeah.
get back in here. It'll help your back pain.
Oh no, I was just gonna take a walk.
Okay.
I'm gonna do what I always do when I go to a new town. Go door to door, give a description of boy, and
Are you actually
ask,
going to do that?
yeah, and ask her.
In the towel?
No, I put on my clothes.
Letter falls out again.
I was planning on reading it tonight.
I'm just for my part.
Yeah.
Cool. So Nate leaves. The rest of you are still there, though. Weren't you guys gonna talk about where you're gonna go next?
We don't know yet.
And Nate just left.
Well, Nathaniel and I are looking for vampires.
Oh yeah. So
Trying to.
back to South.
Do you know what vampire lifeblood is?
I'd assume the blood that lets them live.
I thought they don't have any blood. That's
Seems
their
too easy, but they
thing.
drink blood.
Right, so maybe it's when they drink it, it gets turned into something else?
Maybe it's. Well, do you remember when we were going through the one big dome city? There was the hordes that they were pretty much harvesting for food.
Yeah.
Do you think that those mindless beings are filled with the lifeblood?
No. My understanding is that not all vampire-related creatures
These
have...
were the vampires. They were like the people that they abducted, and
I think those were just people with blood.
Okay, that's not.
I think that was just like normal.
Who would know?
I would assume it would be the... I mean, the blood of a vampire doesn't sound right.
Looks like we're going to a library.
Maybe you could ask a vampire.
We could ask a vampire. Do we know any vampires who don't want to kill us?
We know Ryland Sangruth.
Who don't want to kill us?
He agreed to leave us alone for a while. Maybe he'd parlay again. If we hit him with a fireball.
I hope you guys have fun with that. 'cause
Somehow
I've
I
never
don't
interacted
want to
with
risk that one.
We can take him.
Well, there was the guy he was against, the Mercath guy.
Other side of the
Von
world.
Mercath, right?
And Lady List, the woman we stand.
Other side of the world last time I heard.
He is, but he seems to be one of the more civilized.
Alright, is he near the Eternal Sea, or is that the other side of the world?
Is
I'm
the
trying to
world
remember- I'm trying to
round?
remember this map in my head.
I have it in my room, but
Is-
I'll go get it.
Is your world round, Blake?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure if it's a flat earth.
It's actually
It's a
20
D4.
It's a
Oh.
D4.
Do you want to neutral?
I had a cliff bar.
Guys, I want to
already.
apologize because I can't get one of these clasps undone. I know you warned me about this, but...
Nah, it's fine.
So you are here-ish right now.
Okay.
Your dial is up this little nub here. So this is the Vastran Ocean.
Do you guys want to go to Koth?
This is one of the ports by which you would go to Karth. Yeah.
We just leave and go.
You could hire a guy to take you to Karth. The Eternal Sea is inside Karth.
Yes.
And then over here is the Tenrain Ocean, also known as the Bloody Sea.
Can you
Why-
put it up back
Why
there?
do you need to go to
Here.
Karth?
I need to visit the Eternal Sea.
Is
Okay,
it also
could
on your
you-
fucking shopping
Could you walk
list?
us through your shopping list so there's no more surprises?
No.
I swear to God, if one of
Why-
these is like the blood of an ally, I'm gonna kill you.
No.
Why
No blood of
not?
allies.
I mean,
I want like a naked fight to start in the South Spring.
A sword fight.
I thought we're supposed to be a group.
Okay, we are.
Why can't you tell us?
Because I don't know why I'm shopping for these things.
So just tell us, and maybe we can help figure it out.
Oh,
with
it's-
you.
Oh, it's.
I'm an
your-
expert in material components. I might be able to help.
Fine. Here's what I need.
Thank you.
Dragon scale from adult dragon or older.
Check.
A red burr thorn from Skembra. Vampire lifeblood. Canteen of water from Eternal Sea. Tell fruit. Check. And a chalice of major restoration.
What kind of? I definitely don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
And your fancy letters that appear aren't telling you why.
I'm honestly not at all convinced that Fredrickson knows. Fredrickson knows.
So you.
I know about Redbird because one of my two masters is Skembra, and she like shivers a little bit when she says that.
It's going to be hard to get.
Yeah.
Getting into Skembra is going to be the difficult part from what I've gathered.
Yeah, and it doesn't survive in warm climates, so.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's other conditions I have to follow as well.
Well, we.
The water from the Eternal Sea cannot touch air at all. And certain things.
Put it underwater and seal it.
Yes, that's why I need to get there, and I can't trust anyone to bring it to me. Canteen water. Anyway, so, as we go about our business, keep in mind, we are close to the Eternal Sea now. In addition, I believe that the shop, the pirate shop, he said that his site in Koth was the one that had the chalice of, I don't have 50,000 gold. Okay.
We could steal it.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not
yet.
okay with that.
Your patron is the king of thieves.
No. That is some mistake.
No, Frederick
Wait.
Fredrickson is the king of thieves. This is a well-known
How is
fact.
he the king of thieves when he's
Sounds like he might be a god of thieves at this
he's
point.
a celestial?
Okay, my point stands.
I just he just doesn't seem like a thief to me.
What does a thief seem like? Slide up on either side of you in the water.
I don't think
Is
I
there a
need to.
stereotypical thief?
I don't think I need
Look.
to answer that. I don't think you need me to answer that.
Hey, there's a lot of tension going on right now.
It's getting hot in this hot spring.
Because Fun Dad's not here.
I was just trying to make a nice time for the friends who are helping me out.
I'm Henrietta. I'm having a wonderful time.
Okay.
Yes, it's
Listen, I don't
See
really.
what happens when you lie to the group? Or
Look,
keep things
No,
from
no.
the group?
You know what? I'm glad
You
he's
make
told us
Henrietta
what's going on.
uncomfortable.
Hey, it's fine. Please don't use me as an argument for this.
Listen, I'm happy wherever we go. I'm just sort of drifting from adventure to adventure until I can find something that'll, I don't know, legitimize what I do to
You
some
help
people.
me make this potion then?
Maybe if we can figure out what
I
it
would
is.
really love to know what it does.
I'll start helping you. I won't let us finish it until we know what we're making.
Yeah.
I'll get you closer, but if we get towards the end and suddenly it turns out we're gonna, I don't know.
I know what it does. I'm afraid to tell you. I'm afraid to tell anybody.
What? I mean, as long as you're not, as long as it's not gonna, kill a bunch of people. I mean, I'm not.
Potentially no.
I don't like that.
I'm just afraid of what will happen when it's finished. If the wrong person if this gets into the hands of the wrong person, if whatever I have is to be believed, it could be very bad. So
What is this?
It kills the entire Extensorologium thing.
Kills my mom. Honestly, Thuvius would be fine with parts of that.
yeah,
A
well,
lot of people would be fine with parts of
Thuvius is starting to really dislike the Sortilegium. But he doesn't want you to kill his mom.
I do not trust you, Finn.
What?
I do not trust you with this potion.
Do you trust me? I mean, I
can't-
said, I'll
I can't
follow.
really say I trust anyone with this.
Listen, I'll
Okay,
follow
why'd
you.
you
I'll
single
help.
me out then?
I mean, you just asked first. So, you did that to yourself.
Elril, we're friends. I'll trust you to start making this. I just want to know what it is before we finish it.
Alright.
Promise me this. If we get all but one of the ingredients, you'll tell me what it does.
Let me ask you something. Do you want to do this?
Fine. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be above ground.
Then
Finn, do you know what a warlock is?
it's an L roll.
Finn, you know how I learned a little bit of my magic? Or I learned what little magic I know, and Nate's is hang on. In your world, do people would someone with a little bit of magical training know the different styles of magic?
You went to wizard school, so yeah.
Okay.
Not everybody, but
Right. That's what I'm asking. Is this too metagaming if I
No.
explain this? Right. A sorcerer, you just have it. It's weird. It's one of the
Yeah.
most confusing types. Nate, I think, has a god behind him somewhere.
Yeah, Heronius.
Right. Oh, I didn't know that.
That was like the first thing he said to us.
myself and other
I listen.
myself and battle mages and real mages and
Me.
wizards and
We study.
yeah. You probably know more about this than me. Warlocks make a deal, so I'm assuming you made a deal and now you have to make this potion.
I wasn't really aware that I'm not aware of any deal that I made.
That happens sometimes too.
I mean, what about this? What about... It's not right eye. What about this? Would you call this a deal? Because I wasn't aware that I was making this a deal.
That's
Right,
just
that's-
some bad luck.
That's a curse.
Well, welcome to my life, Finn. This is bad luck. All of it.
So has anybody told you like the
Elr-
consequences of just not doing it?
Elrill's a Nat 1 incarnate.
Because my life is filled
I am
with
elf
no one
corner.
telling.
High elf corner energy.
Listen, I've tried to ignore it for years, almost 50 years, and
Ooh.
it basically drove me crazy.
What happens when you ignore it?
It just does not go away. It's so annoying.
What does not go away? The words you see?
Yes.
Reflected in the water, you see golden letters that say, "I'm hurt."
Alright, well,
Elrill, you're my friend, and I'll help you. I just don't want you to, like, destroy the world.
To be true, I'm not going to destroy the world. I honestly don't think that whatever I made a deal with, whomever I made a deal with, is evil. I've never felt uncomfortable around this presence. Honestly,
Aw, shucks.
okay. Honestly, they are just a bit grating sometimes.
is he in the water?
Can we tell that you're
Did
looking
we
at the
see,
water?
Yeah,
like,
you did see him register something.
Yeah.
He's
Because I've seen him do that thing before.
He's not in the water.
Hi!
Honestly, Finn, sometimes you remind me a lot of him.
Yeah.
You.
That is what thieves are like.
Okay, well, you have me there.
I remind you of your page. You should listen to me more often.
I honestly don't want to listen to either of you sometimes.
Oh.
That hurts. That. Oh.
Ooh.
So,
Bet he loves it when you
Now,
talk about
listen,
him like that.
listen.
I don't... Well, I've been forced to listen to everything he's been telling me, so, maybe a little,
You feel an arm over your shoulder, and
I just
good old Freddy
stop
Fred is
mid-sentence.
sitting there next to you, and he's like, "No, keep saying what you're saying."
Do we see him?
Do I
No.
hear him in my
You
ear?
hear him in your ear. No, keep saying what you're saying. Do you want these powers?
I forgot what I was saying to you. I actually forget what I was saying to you.
Okay.
What
What?
was I saying?
what was I-
I was
What
saying,
was I
like,
saying?
you should listen to me more because I remind
Oh,
you of your patron.
no, it's come back to me. Now it's coming back to me. I don't know why my patron wants this potion I'm making.
Okay.
I don't know what the connection. I don't know why am I doing this? I don't know. I don't know why this is important.
Remember what I said about questions last time, friendo?
I'm still just staring at it.
I figured, yeah.
You're like staring at me like deep into my soul in a way like you or no one has ever done.
Right.
Maybe one person.
Right. You
But
can't be holding my hand the whole time.
I'm not.
I think I'm doing pretty well for myself, wouldn't you say?
I'd say you're doing fairly well. You're on your way. And to be frank with you, I don't entirely know.
Stay in.
Okay.
I don't entirely know either. It concerns my legacy, though, and I'm worried. Trust you more than I trust what's become of what I left behind.
Hmm.
Mostly because you'd probably consider it too much of a pain to betray me.
That might be the first thing you've said to me that makes any sense at all.
So keep on keeping on. Try to speak a little nicer about me every now and again, after all. And he sort of pats you on the cheek.
Through
All right.
this, Finn was just blabbing.
Yeah. All right. If you don't want any more help, then I suppose.
Look, Elder, like I was saying, I'm happy to help you with this.
Sorry.
But here's what I'm gonna say right now. Good luck convincing Nate to go to Karth.
Why doesn't he want to go to Oh.
Nate doesn't want to leave Nildor.
We have... Fine, we'll
Let's
help
help
him.
Nate
we'll help
first.
him, we'll get the vampire, and I
Yeah.
guess we'll go to Koth.
And remember, it sounds like you are in this deal with this story, you don't want to be here, you don't want that. We do specialize in, altering destinies. That's what we do. Once. We did it once. We can do it again. Specifically with celestial things. That's what it looked like.
Thanks for that, by the way.
Anytime. Thanks for, thanks for putting up with us.
You guys are like my only friends, so. That wasn't supposed to be. That was.
No, I
She blushes a little bit and just like sinks into the water.
Sorry. I didn't mean like that, but like that was like the most sincere moment this whole group has had.
I think this whole bath time has been pretty.
Speaking of bath time,
Friendly.
Nate, you don't come up with a lot of answers.
I never do.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. And I also
She's
missed
dead,
when
Nate.
bath time got good, so I'm pissed.
So I think when Nate comes back, maybe
we're all
What?
hugging and crying in the hot tub.
No, really, a big breakthrough.
Oh, boy.
Crosby's just been splashing the whole time.
like where's this kid from? Maybe ask for some kind of lead. Maybe that's doubtful. I was gonna say maybe it wasn't even the vampires in Remelos, but chances are.
Lately, when things go bad in Nildor, it's the vampires.
Is Herky in the bath?
Herky is in the bath. Yeah.
Awesome.
Herky is sort of mimicking you.
Also want to figure out what the heck he is a herky.
Should we make a to-do list? Like a.
I already wrote down
Well,
a shopping
let's
list.
Using vampire lifeblood on your... Oh, no, you have it right there.
And then I just
Yeah.
Fate breaker.
Well, I guess we should just...
To-do list.
Maybe the first thing we should do is
help Nate.
help Nate.
Nate's child.
Pick up lifeblood along the way.
Nate's child. Elril's
From there, I don't know
shopping.
what order we do things
Wait, we have to figure out.
Dragonborn, I assume.
in. Where is this Dragonborn?
Last time we saw him was at the ruins north of Remelos.
Is it?
This one.
So should we investigate there while we're in the area? Wait,
Nate first.
we are not going to be in the area, are we? We're far from it. Well,
Theoretically,
we could potentially...
you gotta go down south to get to vampires.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be dealing with vampires anyway, so... We certainly have plenty to do.
Nate's gonna come back at this point.
Okay! Big fat nothing, but what can you do?
How do you spell Karasu?
Oh, I didn't put.
Oh, okay.
I didn't take. I'm not in Italian. I'm still. I'm wearing my clothes.
Karasu.
I'm going to get dressed at this point.
What are you guys doing in the water, just sitting there?
That's-
Water's for swimming.
That's the point of a hot spring, to relax in.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I had a good time.
Yeah. That was real
You
nice.
Herky and Karasu start splashing, you know.
Hey, come on.
So,
See there.
Herky, you cannot understand language, had a great time.
I believe that.
Hey, Nate. Just go.
you want to go south? Find some vampires? Find a
What's the
child?
plan?
If we go south, we find the child, we get your vampire blood, we might run into the Dragonborn. That's a lot of stuff we gotta do.
Yeah,
Oh, I know. I call him the boy, but his name's Wilfrith. If you wanted to know.
Wilfrith of the House
Drain.
Wilfrith
Wilfrith of
Drain.
House Drain.
Yeah.
Wilfrith Drain.
I don't know him.
While we're
I do.
making a to-do list, Finn,
I love to do lists.
way ahead
Do
of
you
you.
know anything about the Drain family?
Nate does.
I
Did you
serve.
tell us anything?
The Drains are the sylphs of the south. So they are in charge of South Nildor.
Got it.
They basically rule from Valley Watch Manor, which was overrun by vampires.
Yeah.
Lord Drain was killed. His eldest son Zirin was sent to Elmendor to undergo training to become the next Sylph.
Oh, so at
And the boys.
Elmendor there's another Geraint at Elmendor.
Yeah, there is. So going south is the is the option to do. The vampires who
So, Nate, you saw him south.
I know, but his residence is in Elmendor. The vampires who attacked us had the banner of a rusted scythe,
Okay.
which was not in Remolas. I checked.
This was a shattered chalice.
Rusted Scythe. Can we history check it?
Sure.
Maybe? Should really pull up what my history is before I roll.
We have a lot of history.
So it was a different vampire clan?
Yeah.
While we're at making the to-do list, Finn,
Yeah.
do you have any goals? It's a 20.
Finn, you hear a voice in your head.
It's a 23 on the scythe.
The voice says, "Glory."
Oh, shit.
It feels good.
Yeah, they're not as specific as your guys, but
Is it kind of like me? We're just going to find something to.
It's louder in your head. Glory.
yeah, I'd really like.
They're just kind of weirded out by the look Finn's giving him.
Well, I first kind of set out to get away from some situation, singular, I was in, and have been kind of, like, before I go to bed, I've kind of been writing everything down. Not that I want to be an author, because lame, but I'd love to get my story out someday.
People will chant your name.
And like spread the good word, man.
The good word of your life.
Yeah.
All right.
Finn. Finn, are you feeling okay?
Is Finn like clutching the staff? And
Feeling amazing.
All right. So, glory, proving yourself, gaining power, etc. Potion,
See,
child.
I've proven myself. I just need people to know I'm awesome.
Right.
Okay.
Remember what we said about the head.
And Dragonborn. Sounds like we all got
I feel
things
like-
to do.